Steelers fan.
Did you lose a bet?
Oh no, I'm just wearing Cade's.
You're just wearing a Chad
I'm just
Pennington
an uncle
jersey?
right now. You feel me? I'm on my unk kind of thing.
Well, no, I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah.
How do I feel about it though? It made me. I felt really sad.
Yeah.
Like I was.
Well,
really
what do you
sad.
think then about Zach Wilson?
Zach
We're
Wilson.
live here. Okay, well, listen up. Week 1's over. You know what that means. It's Recap Tuesday here in the studio. Football Today
Yes,
back
sir.
here for another segment. Grant Sheets. We got Jenna Wisman, Kenneth, Hellcat Kenny, Ojakiri, and my man Derek Stilley. Welcome to the show. Like we said, Recap Tuesday. Let's get right into it. Some headlines. It was a big week. It was a fun week 1. But overall, I mean, we got to talk about our guy, Aaron Rodgers. I know you said you're not a Jets fan, but I mean, anybody in the league can feel for any sort of Jets fan. I know we got Ben Wasserman somewhere around here in the studio. He's feeling it. I mean, this sucked. What were your guys' reactions just watching this and thinking, you know, is this going to be some sort of calf strain? Is it going to be an Achilles tear? What were you thinking seeing Aaron Rodgers go down on the 4th play of the game?
Oh, he's done. Sadly, done for the season. It's over.
Career or season?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Do you think he's gonna come back? I mean, he's out for the year, but
He's gonna run it back. I think he's gonna run.
I think
back
he
next
is
year.
too. I think he's not gonna go out that way.
Get a little ayahuasca in his
Yeah.
system and run it back for a year or two.
Just knowing how he is, he's too competitive to just let it drift away or let him drift
Yeah.
away and people talk about him like that.
Well,
He doesn't-
I feel like
he's
he
not
had a
that type of guy.
rebirth ever since he went to the Jets. Like when he was with the
Yeah.
Packers, 38, he felt. I mean, it looked like he was 50.
Mhm.
But when he
Yeah.
went to the Jets, it felt like he was a little kid again.
'Cause
Playing with Garrett.
it's
You
New
see his
York.
handshake with Garrett Wilson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does that do?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the one with Sauce too. I mean, overall, it just sucks seeing, you know, how the Jets started that game, but then to end the game. Any of you guys watch Hard Knocks? The
I
show?
watched a couple episodes. I'm not that far in it.
This
heard
was
about
the
him.
guy, if you watch the show, the coaches called him into the office. He was an undrafted free agent, and they almost pranked him. They were like, look, hey, you really worked your butt off this offseason, and we're going to give you a spot on the team. And this is how he ends his first ever NFL game. Walk-off touchdown in OT, punt return touchdown. Doug McDermott just PO'd. And then, of course, Josh Allen with 3 interceptions in this game. What do we think about Josh Allen? We got to talk about that.
He
we
is
gotta talk
not
about that.
good.
Where are we putting him in your list? If you were to make like a top 5 list of
not
quarterbacks,
top
whatever it may be.
Mm-mm.
you don't
Okay,
think-
look, coming in, he's a top 5 clearly, but the decisions he's been making, I don't know if I could do that no more.
I think he's trying to do way too much.
way
I
too
think he was
much.
taking chances yesterday that he didn't need to take, and I got worried.
Hey, I'll forgive him for the first interception. It was like a punt. I'll forgive him for that.
Yeah.
But the other two,
That's
Yeah.
true.
No,
crazy.
those
The
were
arm
bad.
punt works sometimes.
yeah.
You gotta think about the fumble he also had too. He had 4 total turnovers.
Yeah, that was rough. That was a rough game for the Bills. I mean, all in all, you got to give him a break. Week 1, divisional rival. He also doesn't play well against the Jets for whatever reason. But still, I don't know. Maybe a little bit of concern for the Bills. But now that Rodgers is out for the year, they got something to work with.
I mean,
but
he was sacked 6
Yeah.
times.
and then, of course, like we said, Rodgers out for the year. Dunzo, Achilles tear. So it is Zach Wilson's football team. Do we still think the Jets make
No.
the playoffs?
No.
Definitely
No.
not.
I don't
It
know.
We don't
worked.
think so. But the
Did
thing
we see
I don't
all
know.
the flashes?
Zach Wilson is not going to be the quarterback. They're going to bring in someone else. It could be Carson Wentz. It could be Cam Newton. I even saw something.
They talked to
that said-
Kaepernick.
Kaepernick.
You
I was
saw
going to say
that?
Kaepernick. I saw the
Kaepernick.
video. He's
But
like,
is
I'm
Carson Wentz
ready.
Is that much better? Is he that much better?
No, I don't think they should bring in Wentz.
Okay, real talk. Why is Kaepernick? He's still like an 80 overall in Madden. They have him
Oh, I
lurking in
don't
like the
even-
free agent
No,
section.
that talk was
Every
annoying.
year he's always like an 81, 82,
Yeah.
just like sitting in free agency.
Hey, we love Colin Kaepernick, but you are not a football player anymore. Let's get it straight, okay?
Yeah. He's a Nike guy.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever you want to call that. But Jets Bills, what a game that was. Speaking of good games,
Whew.
Tua turned the ball over Tungo Vailoa, put up 450 yards, 200 of those going to Tyreek
Can
Hill.
we get this was hilarious when I saw this happen.
Oh, the helmet
Without
coming
the
off?
helmet, he looked
Yeah.
like a madman. My friend was like, someone should drug test him. I'm like, yeah, for sure. After that game, definitely.
He looked like he was on something. You guys know LT used to play on cocaine. That was something crazy. That's kind of how. That's how. Really.
He did.
My
He's
dad
just knew him.
got some shaky stories. I don't know if I can tell you.
I was gonna say that's something off the set that
Just
we
a
talked
little,
about.
exactly.
Yeah, that might be story time on Football Today Instagram or something. But Tua Tagovailoa was impressive. I can't say I'm a Tua enthusiast myself.
Oh,
But
how are you not a Tua enthusiast after that?
After that game,
400?
I could tell you.
Nobody else could-
nobody can
He
guard
didn't
Tyreek
hit.
Hill in the
He didn't
NFL.
get hit.
No,
Nobody can
no
guard
one
Tyreek
can.
Hill in the NFL. He's playing a different game of football.
That's
That's
But
that-
can we
that's
talk?
what-
Can we
that- wait,
acknowledge?
I was going to talk. The Chargers decided to go like one-on-one with Tyreek Hill. It's just not going to work. This guy's
Yeah,
a
we
speed
can't play
demon.
man
I don't know why they
coverage
did that.
The Chargers have generationally been one of the worst coached teams, top to bottom, over the past decade. How are you playing man coverage on Tyreek Hill? But Tua in this game had some of the best throws that I've ever seen him make. Definitely some of the best throws I've ever seen him make. That one on the run where he threw off his body to Tyreek that they just showed in the highlight.
He stepped up
but he also had he still has like 3 or 4 just mind-boggling throws, like some that you'd see Kenny throw in IM football, like just some like crazy like what are you doing type throws. So I still
he didn't get hit. That was one thing I was interested to see. He didn't get hit at all. No sacks, no QB hits. He was pressured, but he didn't get hit. And coming off of what he went through last year, I wanted to see him get up after getting sacked. I didn't know how he was going to
Why would you want him to get sacked, though?
No, I'm not.
If his O-line is working, they're working.
We're talking about how good he could be in the future, but we don't know how good he is after getting hit. He wasn't hit all game.
When he got hit last year, he turned into.
I'm not saying that's
when he got hit last year, he turned into a rock.
Exactly.
Like he wasn't.
I'm saying that could definitely affect his play in the future.
Yeah.
If we see how he gets hit, you don't know how someone's going to react.
I think at this point, I mean, he's willing to die on a football field if he's still playing.
All quarterbacks are going to get right back up. Most
are
of them.
They though?
Most of them.
Yeah, Miami.
99% of them.
Miami was 3-point underdogs on the road. They really proved themselves. I'm excited to see what they keep doing.
36-34 Miami. That's what we call a barn burner.
I don't get the wait. What does that mean?
A barn burner? You never heard that?
No.
That must be like.
You can explain.
I don't know.
I really don't know either.
Barn burner. That's like you're watching it and you're so into it that you forget the oven's on and it burns the house down.
Okay.
Barn burner. Like you're like laser focused on the TV and you're like, oh shoot, I just left the oven on. Our house is on fire. Because Tua turned the ball over, is throwing for 450 against the Chargers defense.
You could have called it a million other things.
Then a barn
burner.
You've never heard that before?
Never heard it.
Who says that?
Nobody's heard that?
Never.
Are you like 70?
I mean, I'm a Southern boy. I some Southern lingo.
Okay.
But just all in all, I mean, it was a good week 1, but then you got to think about too. There were some really awful performances, especially when we're talking about the quarterback play. Joe Burrow, who I'm such a Joe Burrow enthusiast, but that was terrible week 1. Do we think that his situation, him getting paid just a few days before the game, is he just chilling now that he's got that $250 million bag?
He says he's not, but it was like what, 275?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
In
no,
the range
he's
of
trying.
that.
Did you guys see his press conference yesterday? He's trying to convince himself like they're fine. And he's like, "No, we're good." Like all this stuff, but he looked like he was scared. Yeah,
every year, and he's coming off an injury, and he was in the pouring rain. I'm gonna give him
Okay,
grace.
good. Thank you.
Yeah, people are saying because of the pouring rain.
Although Deshaun Watson played a little bit better, he wasn't good in the first half either. It was very bad. He threw a pick as well. So I mean,
that pick was terrible. It did get tipped, but I don't know what he was looking at.
No, the worst
one
pick
was
was
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson and Deshaun Watson were equally bad. I did not know that Deshaun Watson throw got tipped.
It got tipped. Well, okay, so I posted that on Football Today, and then I realized in the comment section they're like, "Dummy got tipped. Delete this now. Like I'm blocking your account." So I looked at it. I was like, all right, it got tipped, but I still don't know what he was looking at. If it didn't get tipped, it was probably still right at the defender.
He showed flashes, though, of 2019 Deshaun Watson, so I guess that's something.
Flashes? I don't know about no flashes.
He
looked okay, but he didn't look like Houston Deshaun.
Yeah.
Flashes here and there.
I didn't see no flashes. I saw
Yeah.
game manager.
Okay.
I saw Daniel Jones. That's what I saw from Deshaun Watson.
All right, you didn't see Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
He's got 40 pieces. I'm not
Hey.
You did not see Daniel Jones.
Blame-
Let's not do that.
The blame to that is only on Evan Neal and nobody else.
No way.
He had a really bad
Yeah,
game.
Really bad.
But everybody else kind of stunk.
Yeah, no, that was
Everybody
Yeah.
else
Michael
kind of
Parsons
stunk.
as well.
Back to Burrow though, he was under 100 yards passing. I don't think anyone expected that going into that game.
Yeah.
He went 14 for 31, which is not very good. And he got pulled in the fourth quarter. I mean, there's nothing they could do. So they pulled him. But
then going back to the point, I mean, Watson didn't look good either.
He did.
Yeah.
He looked like his muscles were a little
He did
tight,
exactly
like he needed it.
better. I think
I'm not
I
gonna make
saw
that
he was
joke.
like 375 days plus removed from football. So I mean,
Yeah.
well,
That's what I'm
last
saying.
year, so
He's had
it's
enough
like-
time.
Exactly, he has. But
This is
Yeah,
the year for him.
But
this,
it's the
this
more
is the year. This
the
definitely
more-
is the year. That's why I was excited to see flashes about him. You know, it's increments here and there.
I
Yeah.
feel like the more time you're away from the game, the worse it is for you.
Yeah.
Because, you know what
Oh,
I mean?
yeah. No,
Yeah.
100%.
So
You go a
It's
year
gonna
without
be really
playing
rusty.
football. It's like riding a bike.
yeah.
Have you ever tried to ride a bike after not riding it for a year? I like to see a video of that.
You got
What you mean
by
video.
that?
We-
Oh,
What you
come
mean?
on. Come on. Shut. All right. Giants, Cowboys. Back to Daniel Jones. I said last year after that playoff game against the Eagles that set them back 10 years. That was the worst I had ever seen a football team play when they played Philadelphia until when they played the Cowboys. That was easily the worst football game that I've ever played or ever seen.
Oh.
But I mean, they looked helpless.
Yeah.
And you saw, I think the worst part about that game is Brian Dable going into the press conference after and saying, well, our guys put up a fight. No, they didn't. They quit in the fourth quarter. They were getting dogged by second stringers, third stringers. So let's talk about it. The Giants, such a good year last year in comparison to their expectations. Are they going back downhill, or are we still giving them a little bit of a break? Because there's the Dallas Cowboys. It was raining. What do we think?
No, they're going downhill.
Well,
Hands
okay, are
down.
you saying that because you're an Eagles fan, or are you saying
No,
that
I'm
because
not
that's
being
what you
biased.
think?
I'm not being biased. I genuinely think that. I think Daniel Jones is done.
Well, I would agree, but I'm a Commanders fan. Non-NFC East fan, Kenny.
Yeah. I don't know about downhill, but I'll definitely say that they're going to trend around the same area. Playoffs, if not, then they're going to barely miss it.
Just mid. So
really mid.
Yeah.
I don't see them improving after last year.
Well, that's what Daniel Jones is.
Yeah, Daniel Jones isn't really, and they still have no receivers outside of Hyatt. I love Hyatt.
He's kind of like college pizza or whatever that one is downtown. You take a bite and you're like, wow, this is just like mediocre. Like just like.
Wow, I had college pizza like 2 weeks ago. It was so mid.
Yeah.
Dry.
Wow.
As ever.
I watched a Daniel Jones football game last night. Like, wow, that was so mediocre.
We can't even call that game mid. It was completely.
That was not mid.
That was terrible. That was like Gumby's. That's why they shut down. Like, that's why Daniel Jones might get benched for Tyrod Taylor in week 6. Like, you watch it.
I don't think so.
It was bad.
I don't know. Because I feel like if they didn't get a blocked field goal, let's just say they put 3 points on the board there, I feel like the game would have been totally different.
For sure.
Because they started off the first drive, they were taking it to the Cowboys. So I feel like the game could have been totally different. So I'm not off them yet as much as I am on the next team that we're going to talk about. I'm not off them as much because they have Darren Waller. He's coming off a hamstring injury. Jalen Hyatt, he didn't get that many reps, but he has real speed. Darius Slayton's pretty good. And Sterling Shepard's also coming off ACL.
Yeah.
So I think they have a lot more promise, but we got to see how they do.
That's fair. You mentioned the next team that we're about to talk about, the Minnesota Vikings. Now, if you looked at Football Today Instagram, you would have saw that yours truly had the Minnesota Vikings at 7-10, including a loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers week 1. I know ball, man. What do we think about the Vikings? Losing to Baker Mayfield week 1 is crazy. Now, is this same situation? Is this a game that they can bounce back from, or are the Vikings in for a long season?
I think they can bounce back from it. I love Justin Jefferson. He had 150 some yards that game. I mean, he's amazing.
He had like
he's a
130 in the
beast.
first half.
Yeah. So I love him. I think that duo is great.
Yeah, I love me some Jordan Addison too. He's my rookie. He got in the end zone.
He's your guy.
But yeah, Mike Evans is that guy. The Bucs defense is always going to be certified. What are you going to do against that D line? Like,
what you're playing Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
But he wasn't that bad. Baker Mayfield had a solid game.
Well, I understand that. I'm a Baker enthusiast. But you're playing Baker. Okay, so tell me, why are they going to bounce back? How are they going to bounce back? What is there to like about this team?
They're going to develop a little bit of a run presence. That's what they're going to do.
37 yards against the Bucs defense with Alexander Madison?
I don't think so.
It's the Bucs defense. That is the best run defense, top 5.
Whoa, no,
I don't know.
That's
crazy.
That's a hot take.
Vita Vea is not like a top 3 defensive tackle in the league.
He's just big.
That's a lonely person.
We're talking about Shaq Barrett. Like, what do we mean?
Shaq Barrett. Okay, but Devin White's fell off.
But Devin White is still Devin White.
That doesn't make sense.
They have two. You have a Levante David next to him.
He's like 35.
Who cares?
Come on. I care. That's top 5's crazy.
And bounce back against Philly on the road.
I'm not talking
on the road.
Thursday night.
I'm just saying run defense wise.
But they got no quarterbacks. Carl Davis is okay. He's okay.
You're saying they have no quarterbacks. The quarterbacks are solid.
Carl Davis is okay. Okay, I can give you Carl Davis. That's okay. Who else they got?
Jamel Reed.
Jamel Dean.
I
don't think and even I'll give you Winfield. You know what got me so mad this weekend? Everyone, all the clips, all the social media, Bleacher Report, they posted the Justin Jefferson hit as if the corner for the Bucs. Easy in. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. But he literally pulled the ball out of the other receiver's hands.
Who are you talking about?
Easy in.
Yeah, I didn't even see the pick.
The interception where Justin Jefferson had the big hit. The corner literally pulled it away when the receiver had the ball in his possession. A touchdown. He pulled it away, and no one's talking about it. It was an insane interception.
It's because he has a name, but he doesn't really have a name yet. So
it's only because Jettis.
Exactly, he has a name, but he doesn't have a name.
That was a big hit, though.
It was a big hit. It reminded me of Julio Jones a little bit.
I don't know. We'll see about the Vikings. We'll see about the Vikings.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
In what world?
Yes, he is. This one.
In
I live
what
on
world?
Earth. I live on Earth.
How old? Antonio Brown literally owned the decade.
That's cool. That's sweet. But Julio Jones is way better.
No, he's
I'm
not.
gonna tell you why. He does the same thing.
AB's a better route runner.
Okay, I'll give you a
AB's
runner.
quicker.
Okay.
He's not a better jump ball.
He's not. He's not.
Like,
and I wouldn't say he's faster either.
Give me
Julio's
AB.
4'3" at 6'3".
I don't, bro. But Julio is just.
And he played with Matt Ryan. I'm giving him charity for that.
What do you mean
I'm
charity?
giving him
Matt
charity.
Ryan is Hall of Famer.
He's
Hall of Famer. Whoa,
Matt
Ryan.
Ryan. Matt Ryan is one of the most inconsistent quarterbacks ever.
He's like,
Antonio
are you
Brown
putting
played with
Philip
Ben
Rivers in the Hall of Fame?
Roethlisberger. No.
I think Phillip Rivers is the most overrated quarterback of all time.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah, I
Okay.
would
There
agree
we
with that.
go. So we can't put Matt Ryan in there.
28-3. Biggest blown lead of all time last year against the Vikings.
Can we act like Matt Ryan wasn't in the top 10, top 12 of QBs for probably
top 10's not Hall of Fame.
So was
On to the next.
So was Dak.
No,
so next segment here, we're kind of talking about it right now a little bit with these week 1 overreactions going on, just basing everything off of week 1. But that's not how it goes. But that's how we're going to do it, if that makes sense. So on to week 1 overreactions. Jenna, what you got for us?
Okay. Based on week 1, I think Tua is leading the Dolphins to the Super Bowl this year. The key for him is keeping him healthy. And I mean, he's breaking records, 466 passing yards. It became the most passing yards ever allowed by the Chargers in a single game in franchise history. And this wasn't the first time. He did it last year. I think it was week 2. He had like a career high of like 469. And so I even think he's got the third most passing yards in a week 1 game. He's got a lot of stats. He's breaking a lot of records. And I think he's going to be dangerous. And I think with Tyreek Hill too, I mean, both of them are a crazy duo. They're super electric, fun to watch. So I think he's leading them to the Super Bowl.
I can get with that if you just say Tyreek Hill is leading the Dolphins to the Super Bowl.
I can go with that too.
Why don't we like Tua?
Thank you.
First of all, it's Pua.
Tua turned the ball over.
That's Pua.
Every throw he makes is scary.
That is mad disrespectful.
so true.
Every throw he makes is
That's
scary.
so
You
true.
watch, and you're like, oh, this is picked off. You can't tell me you
He's
think that way.
got a little arm.
So it was scary when my boy Tua dropped back, stepped up in the pocket, maneuvered, throw it down the left side, throw it down the right side of the field. That was
a great throw.
Blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
That's a good one.
What is with you with these analogies, man?
Romeo. We're out there, Romeo.
Derek, what you got for us?
I got Romeo Doubs making the Pro Bowl this year. That is a really hot take in my personal opinion as well, but I don't think it's a bad one. Last year, he would have been wide receiver 1 in front of Christian Watson. He got hurt early. He's coming off 400-yard year, but he was hurt. He was in and out of the lineup. This year, he picked up right where he left off with 2 touchdowns, and I think he will make the Pro Bowl as long as Jordan Love continues his play. If Jordan Love doesn't play well, then obviously he has no shots to quarterback league. But I think Romeo Doubs, I like him. He's got a real shot. I wish the Eagles drafted him in the 7th round when he went, but couldn't get there.
I'm with that. I like Romeo Doubs.
It's sneaky, right? It's a sneaky one.
It is sneaky.
That is sneaky.
It's very sneaky.
But I like it. Derek's sneaky. Kenny.
Okay. Josh Allen, your time is up. Okay. Buffalo.
I love it.
You're lucky Aaron Rodgers is out for the season.
Yes, 100%.
Because I was saying that Buffalo might miss the playoffs this year, which would have been sneaky, but with the Jets falling off now, Buffalo's gonna make it. Josh Allen, the most boneheaded player I've ever seen. I see it time after time.
Every week.
He could run out of bounds.
Every week.
He could just slide. All you gotta do is slide. And he's just hurdling on like a third down. You're not gonna pick up the first down. What are we doing? Like I said before, the first interception, I'll forgive it. The other 2, no. Why are we? And then he fumbled on top of that. On the fumble in the 4th quarter, he fumbled it twice.
He did.
Had the snap, looked away from it. What are we doing? Where's your mental at? And then you proceed to get a small hit. That wasn't a big hit. Why are we calling for the ball up over that?
I didn't take the hit, so I can't answer that for you. But at the same time, I think Josh Allen reminds me of Carson Wentz before injury so much. Every time I see him play, he just doesn't care. And that's what got Carson hurt.
That's fair.
Hopefully that doesn't happen to Josh Allen. I don't want to wish injury on anybody.
Has a little bit with that elbow.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying he
That's
just caution to the wind, throwing it up the place. And I get it. You always want to be aggressive. But at the same time, I feel like Patrick Mahomes was doing that. Last year, he took a step back, made smarter plays because he didn't have Tyreek Hill and they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, on top of that, honestly, I don't think the Bills, they have a good receiver room. Outside of Diggs, like I saw in the 4th quarter, he was just forcing it to Diggs. He didn't really try to get Davis involved.
It worked, though.
I mean, it worked. They lost.
But I mean, they were getting to Diggs.
You're right. They were getting to Diggs. They were.
I think Gabe Davis is overrated, so I do agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I do agree.
Can we talk about how Diggs was giving it to Sauce, though?
Bro, that was
He was
that was
giving it to Sauce.
Chill.
No,
What do you mean by that?
ain't no pause on that. He was giving it to Sauce. That's the end of the story. That's point blank period.
That's a pause.
That's point blank
Yeah,
period.
That's a pause.
Come on, he was doing Sauce dirty. Can we agree?
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
I think he
I
was.
was actually really
I think he
surprised.
was.
They had
We didn't
DJ
hear a lot
Reed on
about
him for
Sauce.
most of the game.
That's true, because Sauce doesn't
No,
travel.
but still, there's a good amount of clips where Diggs had.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I'm with you on that take. We're gonna throw it back to the Green Bay Packers, but I'm gonna go one up.
Oh.
Okay.
Jordan Love. He's not just gonna be an MVP candidate. He's gonna win MVP this season for the Green Bay Packers, and they are the team to beat in the NFC North, bar none.
The team to beat.
In the NFC North.
The team.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why are you saying it like
the
that?
The team to beat is a crazy statement.
That is a crazy
They
statement.
can win. They can win the division. How about we settle with that? What happened to that?
All right,
The
they
team
win
to
the
beat-
North. 12
As
and
it,
5.
as it, the
12 and 5.
I still have the
12 and
lines
5.
over there.
12 and 5.
I still have
Lions.
the lines
Then
over
The
why
there.
were
only
you
reason I'm
questioning that?
hesitant on the lines is because they were kind of underwhelming in my personal
It's week
opinion.
one.
offense
But they were
was
underwhelming.
whack.
It's week
I
one.
know, but they were underwhelming.
It's week
That's
one.
true. It's
in
week
Arrowhead.
one. No one's offenses are
Yeah,
going to look
it's
the way
true,
they
but
are. And
The Lions
weeks
will
from now.
always be the Lions.
You're right.
Defenses are always going to be better in the beginning.
That's my we'll bookmark that. We'll come back to it. Going on, moving forward, fantasy MVP. We're gonna go around. Everybody's gonna give their fantasy MVP just based off of week one of the season.
Based on week one, you see Deebo Samuel right there next to him. Brandon Ayuk, he did so well for me. I had him last year, brought him back to my team this year. I think I drafted him 5th round. And I'm super happy. He got me 32 points. He went crazy during training camp. I knew he was going to go crazy in the regular season. He had a really important block for CMC, Christian McCaffrey, on a 65-yard touchdown run, and he's not afraid of big hits. He had a few other blocks yesterday too, which shouldn't go unnoticed. And looking at his stats, he had 8 receptions for 129 yards and 2 touchdowns. So I think the 49ers really did everything well against the Steelers. I have no complaints about them. And I think Ayuk has great body control. He's really good at just grabbing the ball, catching it, bringing it in. And that's why he is my MVP for fantasy.
Go trade for Brandon Ayuk if you don't have him already.
Do it.
A good one. This is my guy right here. I got Tyreek Hill. I feel like it's a very popular take, I would say, Tyreek Hill, because he's definitely
Basic.
Last year he was basic.
I knew you were going to do that. I knew someone was going
I
to do
didn't want
that.
to say Tyreek Hill.
I mean,
I
yeah,
knew what you were
44
gonna
is
say.
pretty warranted of a fantasy MVP.
I mean,
No,
yeah, but at the same
yeah.
time, I was really going off last year. He was on pace for 2K. We would have been talking about him instead of Justin Jefferson. So I think this year, if Tua could take a hit, which we still don't know because he didn't get hit, if Tua could take a hit, it'll be Tyreek Hill, and I think it'll be pretty easy for him too.
Okay, I'm gonna go with a sleeper here. Puka Nacua. You heard the name here.
Come on,
He
man.
is amazing.
Come on, man.
That is a spitting image of Cooper Kupp. I'm seeing him lined up.
Part two.
I'm seeing him lined up. I'm like, yo, he looks like Cooper Kupp. You know what I'm saying? What? 119 yards
On 10 catches?
Yeah, come on. McVay found him another guy. I think so.
He's got Kupp part two.
Like, this is legit. I think McVay found him another guy. And I'm seeing the routes he's running. It looks crisp.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, you literally saw, like, if you watch his highlight reel of the game, you saw his confidence grow after every single catch.
Yeah.
And because like at first it was like a little timid, like, oh, I just got a first down, but it's okay. But after that, he was like, fired up. Like,
Okay.
Puka's gonna be good.
We talking league winner territory?
No, don't do that. Come on, be serious.
You're gonna call him Cooper Kupp
be
part
serious.
two?
Come on, be
League
serious.
winner.
Be serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yes.
So
Thoughts on Wisterman versus Wisman. Wasserman versus Winston.
in fantasy,
No.
Ben versus Jenna.
Ben versus Jenna. In what? In what? Like fighting or like boxing or wrestling?
Football argument.
Well, Ben doesn't know ball, so we're going with
He
Wiss.
doesn't.
We're going with
Ben-
Wiss.
yes.
Come on.
I'm gonna go
Ben
with that
doesn't
too.
know
I'm
anything.
gonna go to- I was actually watching Josh Allen play, just thinking of Ben's take. Literally, I sat there and I said, "Wow, Ben, this is your guy."
Speaking of Ben's New York Jets, my fantasy MVP was sitting on my bench because I thought it was going to be kind of the Dalvin Cook show. You know, let Brees get acclimated. He reminded me he's a top 5 back in football. League winner. Why was he going in the same tier as like Alvin Kamara and all those guys in fantasy drafts this year?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I got him, so I'm happy. League winner. Trade for him now. That's pretty
Yeah,
solid
I would
money.
agree.
Especially coming off a knee injury,
I
he
think
looked
top 5 is a
exactly
stretch.
how he looked
Oh,
last
yeah.
year. It
Yeah.
was insane.
A little bit out of shape, but that's to be expected. But I think
Yeah.
top 5, really,
I think he is. I think he's gonna be
really
Top
I was
5 back.
talking
You watched
about
him
that today.
yesterday.
I think top 10.
There was a point.
Top 10 is fair now. He's gonna be
There
top
was a
5.
point he was like
Okay,
one. I feel like last year.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was that guy.
There was a couple
Remember where he
games.
was
Still
like
that
literally-
ACL?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was carrying the offense, so I see it.
Yeah. Going on to next segment, we're gonna have a little fun here. Blind rank quarterback edition. We're gonna get a slide of quarterbacks. All right, we're gonna come to a consensus pick on what we think their rank is within these slots. So we don't really know what the next pick is ahead, so you got to be a little strategic here. You feel me, Kenny?
Heck
You
yeah.
got to be a little strategic here. All right. Oh,
Ooh.
Drew Brees. See, I'm a big Drew Brees guy, so
I
I'm
am
gonna
too.
have to go. I'm going 2.
Yeah, I want to say 2 or 3 here.
I
I
would
wanna
say
say
3.
three.
I
I
would
wanna
say
say
3.
three.
I
Okay,
think
majority
three's good.
rules.
Three.
3.
Yeah.
All
Yes.
right.
I think 3 is
We,
close.
somebody keep tab. Drew Brees is number 3.
All right.
Brees at 3. Rivers.
5. 5.
There's gonna be
Five.
someone worse.
Maybe
There's gonna be someone
You
worse.
think so? I think 4 is
I'm
safe.
with
4
I
is
think
safe.
4 is
I'm
safe.
really
100%.
He's got like 13 kids. I feel like that's enough to get him put him at like 4.
Okay.
Actually, it's 11 because he could field a football team.
'Cause
No,
watch.
10.
Zach-
10.
Zach-
Okay.
He could
That's
field a
good.
football
Zach-
team.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
use that. That was good.
Yeah, that's good.
Zach, no.
Philip Rivers is 4.
I'd say
4.
4.
5.
5. All right.
5.
Cool. All right.
5.
Cool.
Don't,
Five.
Kenny.
No,
No,
stop.
no,
Kenny, stop.
no,
Stop.
I feel
no,
like there's someone
no.
worse.
There's
Does Drew
no.
Brees have 2 rings?
Are we serious?
Does
The man's won 50%
Michael
of his
Strahan
games.
has 2 rings.
50% of his games. He's
Mario
50 for 50.
Manningham has 2 rings. Eli Manning was just along for the ride. He's like when
Sure,
you're
he
in
wasn't long for the
a,
ride.
he's like in a
Literally,
group
he's
project. When you're in a
500
group
quarterback.
project and you get that one
Go
dude
look
that's
up
chilling
David
in the
Tyrese
scenes.
catch and
and
look
he
at how
gets
it went
away.
down. Look up David Tyrese catch and look at how it went down.
Kenny,
I
his
know,
career
he
wins
dodges
is
the sack.
500%. He's
All right,
a
hold on.
50-50
What do we
guy.
have here? What
We
do
can
we
do
have?
5. We can
5?
do 5.
Five.
I don't
Make it
know.
5.
Fine.
I think
5, 5,
Personally,
5.
I think Eli's better than Phillip Rivers.
So we had Eli
We'll do
5,
five.
Rivers
He's
4,
not better than
Breeze
Drew
3.
Brees.
So we
5.
need 2 better than
2.
Breeze, River, and Eli.
We're gonna get somebody
And-
bad. Ooh,
Oh,
1.
that stinks.
1.
1.
2.
Big
2.
Ben.
2.
2 is
2.
fair, but
He would have
Two.
been 3. He
we
should
No,
have
screwed
been
no,
it.
no.
We screwed it. We screwed
Two.
it.
You can
Breeze.
go 2. You can
Two.
go
We have to go 2. Watch this be like Tyrod Taylor.
Wow,
What did I
Jay
say?
Cutler.
What did I say?
On
What
to
did
the
I say?
next. Yeah, let's get him out of
Jay
here.
Cutler.
Jay Cutler.
Wow.
Wow.
Wait,
Jay
so
Cutler.
we think Drew Brees is
Jay
better
Cutler.
than Big Ben?
I can't.
Yes.
No.
No,
Are you
I
saying-
No,
actually
I'm
do.
saying
I
that
think he's
legit.
better.
Ben is better.
No.
Bro, he
Okay,
could
I'm
be
a
saying
Steelers
anything.
fan. It's
I'm
okay.
gonna let him have it.
You're
He
close.
Yeah.
could
I am
be
a
saying
Steelers
anything.
fan.
I'm gonna let him
You're
have
close,
it.
Kenny.
Drew
I'm just gonna
Brees
let him
is
have it.
great.
Alright.
My
I'm just gonna
threshold,
have it.
my threshold is here. Kenny is right here.
I'm just gonna let him have it.
Hellcat
Drew
Kenny
Brees is
Ojigiri
great.
is right here.
There's no way.
We got 2
That's-
comments from the live. Nick J. Volpe _ says the Breeze disrespect is crazy. And we have Eli's 2 Super Bowl MVPs.
Exactly.
He has
Yeah.
2, but he's 50. He's 5
What?
years as a
Eli
quarterback.
Manning.
Okay,
That means
Nick
he has-
Foles won a
that means
Super
he has
Bowl.
10 wins and 10
Are we
losses
kidding?
essentially.
That's true.
We got the
He's 50.
Eagles fan to confirm
Yeah,
that Nick Foles
did
won a
win
Super Bowl.
Nick Foles didn't win 2 Super Bowls.
Keep it a stack,
Oh,
Kenny. Come on,
bro.
man.
Come on, Kenny. Fight night. We're gonna go through 2 players. All right, it's gonna be 2 players a slide,
Okay.
and each you got to tell me who would win in a fight. We're talking no gloves, just bare hands,
Bare
getting
hands.
dirty.
You better
Okay.
make sure they don't keep their helmet on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh.
Ooh.
Are they both in their
JJ,
prime?
Brother.
Are they both in their
JJ,
prime?
JJ would kick
I
his
think it's
butt.
JJ.
Older brother is beaten
Wait,
down.
but is
on
this
him.
like now or is it like they're both in their prime?
Ooh, that's a good
Because
question.
that matters.
Yeah, that is.
Because
that's
now I
good.
mean, like,
Right
now,
I got
it'll be
TJ.
TJ
Right now,
right
I'm
now.
still
I got
taking.
TJ.
I'm still taking JJ though. You
Let's-
got to think about it. Joe Rogan does like all that weird like kickboxing stuff, right? Or well,
Okay.
like he does like training for it. And he's what? He's probably like 45, 50.
Okay.
And he could still probably he'd probably kick your butt, right?
Let's take no.
Really? All right.
All right,
all
I got
right.
three. We get it.
Come on,
we
man.
get it.
Don't
I'm
do
still
that.
taking JJ. Older brother is
I think I'll go
Beating
with
him up.
JJ.
I'll take JJ.
JJ. You had TJ.
I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna take TJ.
Okay.
I'll be
JJ
different.
wins. JJ beats TJ round 1.
Calvin
Ooh.
DK Metcalf, Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson.
This is
Yeah.
another like older brother, younger brother type situation.
Yeah.
Calvin walks so DK could run. You know what I'm saying? Like
You mean
Calvin
like-
came first.
No,
it's
we're
like what
saying
came
Calvin
first, the
walked.
chicken or the egg?
No, but
Mm.
DK compares nothing.
To Megatron. It's
To
not close.
Megatron.
As a player,
DK
it's not
should be
close.
way
As a player,
better
it's
than
not
he
close.
is.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why
That's a
Calvin.
great
That's
take.
why
Yeah.
That
Calvin.
is
beats him.
actually
He should be
a
way
great
better
That's
take.
why
than he
Calvin
is.
beats him.
Yeah, but with Megatron, obviously I'll take Megatron in the fight. With DK, you saw what he did this weekend where he pushed someone from behind.
Yes.
Yeah, DK's not about
He
that
a
life.
little.
No. And then he
I
ran
don't
away.
know.
His name is DeKalen. You're a good kid.
That's kind of
You're a
crazy.
good
Yeah,
kid is
you're a good
insane.
kid, Kalen. That's crazy. All right, so we got
Calvin Johnson.
Calvin.
Megatron.
Calvin Johnson. That's my favorite receiver.
Sweet.
I can't go
It's
against
off.
it.
Older brother, younger younger brother.
Okay.
Peyton would punt
I
him.
don't
Yes,
know.
Peyton.
Peyton would
100%.
literally take him up and punt him.
I feel like
How we doing
I'm
this
gonna give
whole
Payne the win
birthdays?
because he has a bigger head. I think he has a bigger head,
I'm here
so I'm
for
gonna give him the
sake-
win.
I'm here for the same exact reason.
He's like 6'5". Eli's like what? 6? No, Peyton's 6'6".
He's got a cranium.
Like,
That
he
is.
No, he does.
It's
He's got
gigantic. Like he's got a
Even look at
head.
this.
him and Rihanna would create like a mega mind type.
That'd be tough.
Eli
That'd be
got on the
crazy.
Shout out ASAP.
he got on the Thanksgiving dinner fit while Peyton is
Thanksgiving.
real suited up. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Eli wouldn't hurt a fly.
Yeah.
He gives me like cat breeder
Yeah,
vibes.
100%.
Okay.
Whereas
Cat
Peyton
breeder,
goes
okay.
and he's working on a farm.
This
Like,
is
he's
it's random, but it
a
looks
blue
like
collar man.
Eli looks like he makes a good casserole.
Yeah, 100%.
Ooh, okay. I can see that. Or maybe a pot
I've
roast.
never had
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
a pot roast.
I
Yeah.
haven't either.
He makes those nice like Christmas cookies that are like all
Right.
perfectly
Yeah.
round.
With like biscuits on the
All right,
side
so,
and a
all right,
pot roast.
Peyton?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Peyton.
I'm
Peyton,
gonna take Payne.
sweep.
Cranium.
On to one of our best segments across all of today's sports. That's clipped. Roll the tape. Josh Allen dropping back to throw.
Dot.
Finding his man wide open too. Jordan Whitehead, one of three interceptions on the day.
Keeping his
Fact.
incentives.
Yep, exactly, Derek. Fun fact, Jordan Whitehead entered the season needing 3 interceptions for a $250,000 bonus.
Mm.
You got him in week 1.
Got
Money.
that man
That's
paid.
wild.
Exactly.
Thank you,
You got
Josh.
that
Maybe
money.
he did it on purpose.
Thank you, Josh. On to the next.
Oh wow.
We got, oh no.
Oh wow.
This is terrible. You look at this. You see, we got the names covered up, so I can't see who won, who lost, who
Wow.
this was for. But this person on the left suffered something terrible. Aaron Rodgers needed 1 pass completion. A couple rushing yards could have done it too. But as we know, that Achilles said otherwise.
Wow.
93.56 to 93.5. That sucks. That's clipped.
I have a question.
That
Whoever
blows.
drafted this team, who was your first pick on Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers?
well,
Who was
I
your
don't,
first
I
pick?
don't see a first pick.
Like
here.
I don't see a first pick
I
at
don't
all.
see a first pick.
Like his was
Cooper
Bijan.
Cup. Cooper Cup probably.
Maybe.
Cooper
Maybe.
Cup.
His
Cooper
was
Kupp.
definitely Bijan.
These teams
I don't know
suck.
exactly.
These teams are both
who
terrible.
drafted
Yeah.
I hope this was none of
This
our
is
people
bad.
because these teams are
This is
terrible.
really bad.
Yeah.
This was, you know who this probably was? This was probably Ben Wasserman.
Yeah.
I can see it.
And
I see the vision.
I see
I don't know who
I see
this
the
like,
vision.
maybe it was Ben playing against himself. Like he drafted 2 teams in the same
Like
league.
Laporte's
Because both of
starting
these teams
insane.
are terrible.
Starting
Yeah.
Sam
Yeah.
Laporta is
To check on
actually
Ben.
insane.
Travis Kelce was that guy's first pick.
Travis
Travis
Kelce.
Kelce, okay, that's fair.
That's fair. That's
That's
fair.
fair.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
he was mine too.
That's fair.
That's fair. We can live with that. Moving on, the W moment of the day and of week 1, we talked about it. Gibson coming in as an undrafted free agent, odds stacked against him, like Coach the Jets. Why am I
Saleh.
blanking?
Saleh,
Robert
Robert.
Saleh said, like Coach Robert Saleh said,
Robert.
odds stacked up against him, came in, kind of gave him a little prank, brought him into the team, and walks it off. All odds against the Jets, too. You come in week 1, Aaron Rodgers goes down, and they win it with Zach Wilson. That's as good as it gets. That's as good.
And
That capped off a crazy week 1, too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think like,
that was
this
a good
game for me demonstrated why we miss football so much.
Yes,
Because I feel like the
100%.
ups and downs. And my friend who was actually at the game, he said it was so electric when
That's
he
what
was
I'm
running
saying.
it
Dude,
back.
9/11
Like, the
in
ups
New
and
York.
downs,
Yeah.
I think
9/11 Monday Night
I
Football
think that's why
in New
people
York
love
to
it.
cap
Realize
off
it?
week 1.
When Wilson got that touchdown, the whole third quarter, I didn't hear a noise from the crowd.
Mhm.
I didn't hear a noise, and then till Gary Wilson, till they started driving, got the touchdown. That place was rocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rocking.
That-
That was the
And
highest
it was-
viewed Monday Night Football game.
I'm not
Was it?
surprised.
I'm not surprised.
I'm
It
not
was a
surprised.
great
You're talking
game.
about
It was
9/11 week 1, Monday
Yes.
Night Football. Aaron Rodgers
Mhm.
debut for the Jets. Jets-Bills rivalry,
Josh
2
Allen.
teams. I mean, that's not why people
Josh
are
Allen
watching.
is
Yeah.
still
That's not
Josh
why
Allen.
people are watching.
Stop.
He's
But
still
he will
Josh
fall
Allen.
off. He will fall off. He will fall off.
He's falling off. We saw it last night.
It was last week that he was signed, right?
Yeah.
Literally,
I think
like,
so.
yeah.
Officially,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, okay.
He was with them for all of training camp. Then came in, got the roster spot, calls game.
Mhm. That was cold.
That's awesome.
And that's how we're going to call segment 2 of Football Today here in the Willard Studio in beautiful University Park. Thanks for tuning in. We got another big week ahead. Make
was
sure
good.
you tune in next time. Sunday, we'll be here. Same place, same time, different crew, but still chopping it up. Thank you for tuning in.